Welcome back everyone, Jeff here with another video, and I just want to take a moment and say I hope your day in your portfolio was blossoming as well as mine was today. And over the past year, this stock is actually one of the things I'm absolute proudest of, okay? As some of these smaller market cap companies that I have found a lot of value in and have alerted these stocks very cheap. In my stock analysis video I made on Plug Power, it was trading around $3 a share, and I actually sent out a buy alert on this stock when it was cheaper than that. And so today we've seen the stock trade almost up to $11.50, putting our personal position at almost a 400% return now. Plug Power had good earnings. We're going to cover all that in this video. And if we just track the price movement over the past 5 days, back on the 31st of July, Plug was still in the $7 to $8 range. As you can see, made a big jolt forward before earnings on the 3rd, and then pretty much traded sideways right up here until this morning at market open, when their earnings report and forward guidance hit. And as you can see, it got an additional $1.50 here at some points, and then it ended the trading day at $10.73. This is one of the most exciting investing opportunities. I'm very proud to be along for the ride. So let me preface this: these videos are for entertainment and educational purposes only. I think it is a fun idea to do some price forecasting in some of these stocks, but also keep that in mind. Do not hedge your bets on any YouTube video or what any guru decides to try and tell you. I want to try to help answer the question, is Plug Power going to trade to $20 this year? And I think they make very fun and interesting videos. So let's jump into that, guys. Before we get started, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video. I appreciate all of your support, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And now, before we take a real look at earnings, first thing I will mention is I will have my Plug Power stock analysis video. I'll have it linked up down in the comment section. It'll be pinned in case you want to go back and watch that. And also, there was a catalyst on Monday that sent the stock up about 19%. So it did land a UK supermarket deal. This was reported Monday afternoon. It come out that UK's third largest grocery store chain will use the company's hydrogen fuel cells to run its forklifts within the retailer's extensive supply chain network. It mentioned that the deal with Asda chain marks the first large-scale deployment of hydrogen fuel cell technology for materials handling in the UK. So it's a big step, pioneering itself in the UK. Now, Asda, for a little bit of background on that company, it's a wholly owned subsidiary of Walmart, which itself is a longtime Plug Power customer. That H.C. Wainwright analyst, Amit Dayal, maintained a buy rating, gave a $14 price target on Plug. So it was a catalyst of these two things that sent the stock up roughly 19% going into their earnings report. Let's take a quick glance at just the straight up earnings report. Their Q2 GAAP EPS of -3 cents, that beat by 7 cents. So for those of you that aren't familiar with this, they were actually expected to report a loss of 10 cents, but they actually reported a loss of only 3 cents, which beats estimates by 7 cents. The revenue of $68.07 million beat by $11.56 million. Again, this is 18% year-over-year growth. And you see earnings reports of some of these big tech giants like Facebook, Amazon, Apple, and these numbers don't seem very impressive. What it is the amount of growth, and where this company has come since 1 or 2 years ago is that fundamentals are starting to turn. Revenue numbers are getting a lot better, and you're seeing solid year-over-year growth as they net more contracts. The adjusted EBITDA of $1.22 million versus $572,000 same quarter last year. So the value and the intrinsic value on this company is growing every day. And probably the most important thing is institutional investors are slowly starting to get behind Plug Power. I know Amazon is also very invested in them as well. And now this one up here at the top is very important and critical. Probably was a big catalyst why the stock traded up so high today. They achieved record gross billings of $72.4 million during Q2, and that reflects year-over-year growth of 24%, 68% growth sequentially above a record Q1 2020. There was just a lot of excitement and a lot of positive news that come out of this one earnings report. They deployed a record 2,800 GenDrive fuel cell systems, and 3 hydrogen fuel stations in Q2 2020, okay, bringing the total historical deployments to 35,000 GenDrive systems and 100 hydrogen fueling stations. Big news. They completed acquisitions of United Hydrogen and Jenner ELX, issued first convertible green bond in the US. The company is also in discussions with multiple locations for the siting of a state-of-the-art facility for fuel cell and electrolyzer production at the gigawatt scale capacity. And then they reaffirmed 2020 full year guidance and provided Q3 2020 guidance of $110 to $115 million for gross billings. So that's not revenue, that's their gross billings. They also reaffirmed recently increased 2024 financial targets to achieve $1.2 billion in revenue, $200 million in operating income, and $250 million in adjusted EBITDA. So all of those metrics and all those fundamentals got bumped up a little bit from their forward guidance. So I want to make no secrets that this stock is still very high risk. Like I said, they're still reporting losses on earnings, even though they are improving. I want to make you all very aware of that. But I do think this stock is on its way to $12 to $15 per share in the short term. Perhaps the day after that earnings report, some of that is already now priced in. But this is the part of the video where I basically want to forewarn you that, it's one of them stocks that still carries a lot of risk and still is not what I would consider a financially strong company. But as we see from the earnings report today, is a lot of catalyst working in the favor of Plug Power. Just to re-emphasize how high risk of a stock this is, we can look no further than the profitability, management, effectiveness, both still highly negative. Now these numbers will get updated in the next couple of days and weeks, and you will see some improvement there. I just want to make all investors aware, if you had $100,000 in a brokerage account, I would not put half of my money or 3/4 of my money and invest it into Plug. Make sure if you do own this stock and you do play this position, that you're keeping it respectfully in its place. There's a lot of other companies you should be invested in long before Plug. This is a highly speculative, high risk, high reward situation here, okay? The short percent of float. Now this is probably going to increase. You're probably going to actually see a jump in short percent of float. More people are probably going to start shorting Plug after the big jolt in stock price. It's up around 17%. Now that can create a short squeeze where you see the stock burst up even higher than it normally would, where all the shorts have to cover on their position and get out and more shares become available. And of course their balance sheet, $74.34 million of total cash, $544 million of total debt. That is not a metric I really like to see. And their cash flow, they're negative operating and levered free cash flow. So I do want to make you very aware of that. Buying this stock, you're carrying a lot of risk, and to invest smartly. My recommendation is to take a small position, and you can probably catch it cheaper than it is today. It probably will sell off. Don't invest any money that you're not willing to lose. But with that said, it does have the potential to be a huge returner. And like I said, if in the next 1, maybe 2, 3 earnings reports, they can start to get positive on EPS, this company could really fly. Like I said, it was trading under $1 not long ago. And who knows where it could go from there. Maybe $25, $30, maybe even $50 per share if they clean up their fundamentals a little bit. Lastly, I'll share this too. Over here on Tip Ranks right now, Plug Power has 8 total buy ratings, 2 hold ratings, and currently has 0 sell ratings, okay? There's not a lot of companies that do have coverage on it, but the high price target right now is roughly $14 a share with a low of 8. So I would calculate that information to your best abilities. If you're already invested in Plug, or you got in the stock when it was very cheap, you might want to think about cost protecting your position. However, if you don't have a lot of money invested in Plug, you might just want to continue to ride out or buy more. It depends. Like I said, always consider your risk to reward factor. Do not put all your money in these high risk stock. I'm sure there's going to be some people out there that invested a large sum of money in companies like this when it was $1, and they'll have a great success story to tell. But people that tend to trade and invest that way don't stay in this very long. That's just historically how it goes. A lot of people get their hearts broken. But I do think Plug will be trading between $12 and $15 by the end of this year. And I would say if all forecasts and earnings and guidance and expectations continue to rise, we continue to see more and more growth in this company, I think $20 a share is not long down the road. So that's all I got for the video, guys. Thank you as always for watching. Go down to the comments, share your thoughts and opinions with me. Thank you as always for watching the video, and have a great day.